this is Hillary Bliss with Decision First Technologies, and today I'm going to show you how to quickly make a geographic hierarchy in SAP Lumira or SAP Predictive Analysis. For our demonstration today, I'm using the free zip code database file, which is available on the web, which has for every zip code in the United States, the city, state, and latitude and longitude of the zip code. You can create a geographic hierarchy from city, state, country information, or you can create it from a latitude, longitude information. Latitude and longitude information do have to be numeric columns, and anything else, city, state, country, region, everything has to be text columns. One thing, if you're going to be creating a geographic hierarchy from latitude and longitude information, you do have to have no missing latitude and longitude information. You can see here, as we summarize the latitude and longitude data, we do have quite a few values with missing latitude and longitude information, and those are primarily some USPS non-physical states for military addresses that don't have a physical location. So we will have to populate those values with non-null values prior to being able to create a geographic hierarchy with latitude and longitude. So in order to do that, we can just simply create a formula. Saying that if the latitude value is null, then we'll just put in a value of 0. Otherwise, we'll use the existing latitude information. And we'll click Do It, which creates this new non-null latitude column, which we can rename. We'll do the same thing here with longitude. Just to take all of those nulls out of the longitude as well. And then we're ready to start creating our geographic hierarchies. So now we can go ahead and create our geographic hierarchy using first the state and city information. So we'll click here on this little menu and do create a geographic hierarchy by names. So region is analogous to the state. Subregion is usually a county-like value. We don't have one of those here. And then city goes to city, obviously. Now, when we put in the city value, it's going to try to detect a match for the city and state. In SAP Lumira, it detects any cities with a population of approximately 100,000 or over. So when I click OK here and it chugs through our data, we're going to have some cities come back as unidentified. So those would be small towns, for example, that don't meet that 100,000 population threshold, or possibly cities that don't have the same name at the zip code level. So we can see here it automatically bubbles up to the top any cities that weren't 100% match, and then any cities that were not found here in red. So those will just be marked as unassigned, and then of course we have all of these that were 100% identified. So we'll click OK, and it'll automatically populate several new columns for us. And this is automatically going to infer some additional information about the geographic hierarchy that we've just created based on the city and state. So it's gone ahead and created columns for region, subregion, country, and city. So if you remember, we populated the city information and the region information, and it's gone ahead and calculated the county here, if it knows it, and the country. So it'll automatically roll up those values, so we have those in our hierarchy as well. And now you can see the hierarchies available over here on the side. You can create as many geographic hierarchies in a document as you want to, so we may actually go ahead and create another one here. Based on just the state, for example, because we'll probably be able to match all of those. So you can see these states that we can't match up here. These are the military postal states, but all of the other states, even ones that are not in the United States, should be detected. And we should get a bit of a higher match rate on these at the state level rather than at the city level. So now we have 2 additional new columns with country based on state and just the state information. So now we'll be able to visualize this information using the geographic charts available in SAP Lumira. So we can click over here on the geographic charts. We have available bubble chart, a chloroplast chart, which uses color shading to show values, and a pie chart if you have multiple measures that you want to display. So we're just counting the number of zip codes in each geography here, but if you had additional information such as sales or profit percentage, things like that, that would be very valuable to display by geography. So you'll see we can't actually pull any fields that are non-geographic objects into our geographic chart, but we can pull, for example, the region that we've just assigned, and then our measure in, and we'll go ahead and immediately see our bubble chart pop up. And we can zoom in on this. Of course, this data is from the USPS, so we only have areas served by the USPS on here. So we'll zoom into just the United States. Continental United States, in fact. If we want to switch to a different type of chart, we can switch to our chloroplast chart, for example. So we see the darker states here have more zip codes than the lighter states. And if we had here, we can put in a second attribute, such as zip code type, to display in our pie chart. So the size of the pie chart here shows the number of zip codes in the state, and then the pie segments show the different types of zip codes that are available in each state. So the bubble charts and pie charts are definitely valuable for these small states up here in particular. They don't get overshadowed as they might in a chloroplast chart where it's tough to see the shades of all of those small states. We can also switch between our levels of our geographic hierarchy here. It's difficult to see, but we can actually see Puerto Rico is now down here, displayed in a different shade than the United States. If you have global data, that's very valuable, as you would be able to see the colors for each of the different countries. So flipping back to our data, the last thing that I wanted to show was creating a geographic hierarchy based on latitude and longitude. So in order to do that, you actually have to pick another geographic column that's not latitude or longitude, because it won't let you create one off of numeric values. And we'll go in here and pick our latitude, not null latitude value, and not null longitude value, because if you have nulls in there, you'll get errors. And click OK, and it will basically try to recognize all of the latitude and longitude values that we have. Now, when we had missing latitude and longitude, we did put in 0.00, which is not physical location, it's just in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so those will be unrecognized. We've now added in all of these additional geographic hierarchies based on the latitude and longitude. So this is said based on the latitude and longitude, what region, subregion, and country is that latitude and longitude in. So we get a lot higher fill rate on our subregions here than we did with just using the city-state geographic hierarchy. So that's a great reason to use the latitude and longitude if you have it available. So now you can see we have 3 geographic hierarchies over here. The one based on our state and city, the one based just on our state, and then this one, which is our custom geography based on our latitude and longitude. So now over here in our geographic charts, we can pull in, for example, our city information and actually have a point for every location that had a latitude and longitude, and not just those that were able to match for a city. So we should see a lot more information popping up on this chart. So now you can see we've created a geographic hierarchy from the latitude and longitude of every zip code in the United States, and we can see each one of these plotted here on the map. If you have any additional questions, you can certainly contact me based on this contact information at Decision First. Good luck!